Can you assure Canadians that you don't plan to come back and blow things up?
No, if I wanted to blow things up, I would have blown things up 4 years ago. I wouldn't have had to come here.
So what do you want to do when you go back?
First thing, obviously, spend time with my family. After that, I really don't know. Probably too old to go back to school and finish my degree. I'm not really sure.
How old are you now?
Now I'm 28. I think today's October 7th, right?
Oh, geez, it's your birthday.
Yeah, so it's my birthday. Turned 28 today. No, man, I just want to go back home and spend time with my family, my friends. I'm just tired of everything.
Why did you choose ISIS over other groups?
At that time, either you had the option of the Free Syrian Army, which everyone knows, or what they're famous for.
Corruption.
Yes, did not here to come steal money. I had enough money back home. It was either that, Ahrar Sham, or a new group that came, which was at that time ISI or ISIS. I'm not sure what the full acronym was. Anyways, they were at the time, they were the best group. They were going all out against Assad. They were liberating areas from him, and the areas that liberated, things were pretty good there for the Syrian people. There was no corruption, no stealing, killing, things like that. And the Syrians were pretty happy at that time with ISIS. Anyone that tells you anything else is lying. At that time, the best group was ISIS, and all the foreigners were going to ISIS, and so were the locals, the Syrians.
What was your process of joining? After you passed Azaz, what happened next?
Nothing, it just took me to basic training.
You do a Sharia course?
Yeah, 21 days basic training and some religion classes, or religious classes.
Is this stuff you already knew, or is it new information?
Yeah, it's pretty basic. Praying, purification, things like that. It was just 21 days.
So you had no interest when you left Canada to live under Sharia, establish Sharia?
There was no Sharia or anything like that here. The main goal here was to fight Assad.
But you joined Dawla, which was...
claimed to be fighting Assad to form an Islamic state. At that time, I had no problem with that.
So what was daily life like under once the caliphate was declared? Can you describe a typical day for you?
Depending on the work, nothing. You just wake up, go to work.
What was your work?
At that time, I really didn't have any work there. At that time, I was working in the Ministry of Oil and Gas, and they were just trying to organize some things. So I just wait around in the office. Sometimes I go to the desert, check some of the oil sites.
Why did they put you there? Because you had training in
Yeah.
Canada? Experience in Canada?
Yeah.
Were you ever with media?
Media? No, I just knew some of the guys that worked in the media, never joined them or anything like that.
Do you know who the English voice is behind the Flames of War?
Yep, it's another Canadian,
What's his kunya?
Abu Ridwan.
Abu Ridwan Al-Kandi.
I'm not sure what he goes by. I don't really know the guy.
Did you meet many other Canadians? There was
yeah, there was one other one.
Abu Sama, the Somali guy.
Yeah, I met him. Again, I wasn't really close to him. He's got a different personality than mine.
Yeah. He's supposedly dead. Do you know that?
Yeah, I heard he got killed in an airstrike inside Raqqa.
What year?
What year? It would have to be in the siege, so again, somewhere in 2017. I don't know the exact date.
Did you ever know a guy who went by Abu Huzaifa?
No.
Toronto guy?
No, I read his thing online. I still don't know who he was.
Yeah. Said he met you in Manby.
Yeah, he met me in Minaj. Apparently, he was working as a police officer here.
Where did you read that?
Huh?
Where did
I read it online. No face comes to mind. I don't know who he is.
So on some of your social media, you wrote that you were a soldier. I think you wrote about being a sniper. Is it?
Yeah,
was that your
after
function?
the oil and gas stint, left those guys. There was an Australian who was running a camp, basically reconnaissance, some sniping, some navigation stuff. I went up and joined with him, and pretty much been doing that for the last 4 years.
Whereabouts were they based?
In Tapka.
Top Gun.
So your role was sniper? Or that was.
Mostly recon, some sniping, and some training.
Are you a good sniper?
No, not really.
It sounds to me now that you got kind of sick of ISIS at some point.
Yeah, I really did
What-
get sick of them.
When was that?
I'd say somewhere late 2016, early 2017.
Why?
Why? I mean, there is loads of problems, but I guess the most basic thing is they betrayed the Syrian people and the foreigners that came here.
Betrayed how?
Well, betrayed how? I mean, they stopped their fight against Assad and trying to free Syria. And the conditions for the foreigners there are not good at all right now, man. They're getting picked up, jailed, tortured, killed. Few guys I know, they've been killed. They slapped bogus charges on them.
What's the fear? That they're spies or something? Or?
No, the fear is that the foreigners have had enough. Maybe they'll rise, revolt, who knows.
Foreign fighters inside ISIS are going to revolt against ISIS?
I said that's their fear.
Yeah. No, I know, but it's a weird fear.
Why?
Because there aren't a whole lot of you.
There's still a few thousand there. Well, like I said, it's their fear. It's not like something's happened.
We've heard from some other people that have been through IS that some of the foreigners in particular were kind of singled out and trained to go back to, or to go to Western countries, Europe, to do
Yeah,
attacks.
it's possible.
Is that something that you had experience with at
No,
all?
no.
You weren't interested in that? Yeah.
No. But yeah, there were people trained and they were sent back to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And you've probably seen what happened in France and things like that.
Yes.
But I never met anyone who was trained in that.
How did you feel about that? I mean, if you came to fight Assad, but
Yeah, I
you see
mean,
attacks in Europe,
did seem to think at that time that killing civilians, I mean, in foreign countries would help, but that really didn't help anyone's cause here. And not ISIS' cause, not the Syrians, no one. I'm not sure really how they still justify killing civilians like that. I mean, discriminately and targeting them.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you remember online 2014 or so, you were saying a lot of those types of things too. When there were the attacks in Ottawa and Quebec, I think you were sort of justifying them and saying that there should be more. Has you changed your view since then?
If I said that then yeah, definitely my views are not the same. It's been 4 years now. I've learned a lot of things. 2014 was a long time ago. It's a different time. Killing of civilians is not really justified Islamically. I haven't seen any justification yet. Doesn't really help anyone's cause.
Some of the
Not really a good idea.
in 2014 when the beheadings began, when
Yeah.
they started beheading journalists.
Yeah, it was
you were
the
around
same,
that, weren't you?
the same thing. They said these guys were, this guy was part of military, so that's why they killed him. Okay, he's not part of military, his brother is part of military, he's just a journalist. I mean, there's always people justifying things, and you'd have to go along with it, because if you don't, then you could get picked up and locked up, and then what happens from there is, I mean, it might not be very pleasant. But again, they gave their justification for why they done it. There were some people who said this is not justified, but they were few and far in between. I don't really know, man. I don't really have much Islamic knowledge on things like this.
Are you in here? Are you allowed to talk to anybody on the phone, or what kind of access do you get to the outside?
No, there's no access to phones, man. There's no doctor, no medicine. The food is terrible, man. It just messes up your insides. They don't give you clothes or anything like that as well. I've had despair for the last 4 months. Condition here is obviously not like something that'd be back home or things like that.
Do you still have your Canadian passport and ID?
No, they took it from me when I came.
Oh, so but you did have a passport?
Yeah, I had a Canadian passport, but it expired in the same year that I came.
Oh, okay.
September 2014.
Do you have a Pakistani citizenship as well?
I have no idea. Never been there after I came to Canada.
So you were born in
Pakistan, yeah. I came to Canada when I was, I think, about 7 or 8. Never went back.
What was your early life like in Saga? High school?
It was good, man. Very good. Hanging around, playing basketball all day. Then went to high school. Got sent to TLK. Had a very bad reputation at school. My mom got scared, so she transferred me to a Catholic school. Did high school there. Got accepted to university for aerospace engineering.
Ryerson.
Yeah, Ryerson. Went to university, man. I was just lost. 17 years old, I was just out of it.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
I don't know, man. Maybe I wasn't mature enough. I just remember that first year I was depressed, man. I have no idea why. Towards the end, I just stopped going to classes, stopped showing up for tests, things like that.
What year did you start at Ryerson? 2012?
No, I finished 2008, so
2004?
I guess 2008, 2009.
So what do you want to do? You could go back and finish school. What do you want to do?
Finish school, man, I don't think that's possible. I mean, my brain can't handle things like that anymore, trying to do math, physics, calculus, things like that.
Were you struggling with any illnesses growing up?
No.
Mental illnesses? Diagnosed with anything? Were you involved in gangs or crime? I mean, like, I guess all brown people in Scarborough.
I'm in Mississauga, man. Mississauga is clean. We don't do things like that. I mean, smoke weed a few times, things like that, but no gangs.
Do you recognize that if and when you get back to Canada, you may get arrested and go on trial?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, obviously they got things they want to charge me for. It is what it is. But I have to go back home. I can't spend any more time here, man. 4 years is enough.
Do you think you have, like, PTSD?
I don't know for sure. Maybe. I mean, I'm locked up. So I really don't know.
You haven't spoken to any doctors here?
No, there's no doctors here.
You said no medicine. What do you need medicine for?
The food here is terrible. I've got like problems. I got hemorrhoids, man. I go to the toilet. I got any blood coming out. I suffer from migraines now as well. It's a host of problems, man.